if you're a Pisces born February 19th to March 20th, what can you expect for the month of November 2018? Let's tune in and find out. So I feel like you're really being creative, but there's also a little bit of a self-doubt or limitation that it feels self-imposed. It feels like it's your own mindset that you're just going to have to kind of like, rid yourself of, just like let go, get out of your own way. It definitely feels like it's not being blocked by you. It feels more like it's your own, weightiness, insecurity, self-doubt. And I feel like it's just a matter of kind of, shifting your mindset to, no, this is going to work, or no, let's see, or you know what? Not all creative ideas are expected to work. It's like cutting yourself some slack. And I think if you cut yourself some slack, you're going to really feel that that cloud is lifted. And I really feel like actually towards the beginning of the month, you're going to start to see more progress with that, with your ability to let go and just create and plant positive seeds. So there is some momentum and that cloud being blown away this month. So there is more opportunity then for your creative ideas to take root and for things to happen. And now that can be in relationship, it can be in career, it can be in personal development or your own spiritual connection. So it's kind of it, but it has to do with your own creativity and your own self-trust, your ability to manifest and get things done. So definitely feel movement for the positive for you this month. Okay, so let's focus now on your romantic relationship. For those of you that are in a coupled romantic relationship, let's see what's in store for you for November. So there's still some patience needed with your partner. My neck started to hurt, like I have a little bit of a pain in my neck. And basically it feels a little bit like you're feeling a little bit encroached on. So maybe you have your own set of things that you wanted to get done and your partner's writing you, do this, do that, do this, I need you to do this, or come help me here, come help me there. So there's this feeling sense of like, get off my back, or give me some space, or things aren't flowing, or I don't have enough time to do what I want to do, right? I'm always having to help them, or they're always interrupting me, and my throat's closing. Because, Pisces don't necessarily like confrontation, and you don't necessarily like want to tell your spouse you need time, but you may have to speak up and say, hey babe, I'm finishing this. I need, just give me an hour. Or you know what, for the next 2 weeks, can I do X, X, Y, Z, because it's going to give me ABC, right? So negotiate, have conversation up front. It will minimize this kind of feeling of, weightedness, that they're holding you down or holding you back from doing important things in your mind, which may be making money or moving forward or taking care of a sick parent, right? Whatever it is for you. I do feel like there's a little bit of a struggle there in the relationship. It's temporary. You can minimize it by speaking up and saying what you need. And then also there's a real lighthearted energy. It's just kind of like weather changing. All of a sudden the weather just changes. So I do feel like the second part of the month, there's just a more lighthearted energy. And then of course we do have Venus going direct November 16th, which is that planet of love and money and fun. And on November 23rd, we have a full moon in Gemini. And that's really a lighthearted, good time. And here in the US, we celebrate Thanksgiving. And so it's a time when we generally come together anyway, but this full moon makes it that much more fun and that much more lighthearted. So I definitely feel like all of that helps to bring levity to the relationship and just much more enjoyable. Now, for those of you that are single, let's see what's in store for you guys. Oh, this is nice. There's like a sense of excitement. Like I feel this sense of excitement coming in, just about like freedom. And so it could be that you've recently got out of a relationship and you're like, thank God, I'm finally free. And it may be that you're not interested in a relationship, but you're interested in just dating, right? Just having a good time. So that's available for you. This energy very much supports just carefree living, be safe, but have fun. So it's that kind of energy as opposed to a more grounded partnership energy, which is really interesting because I feel like Pisces as a whole like to be coupled. They like to have this connection, but I'm picking up this more kind of carefree energy, which would be pretty appropriate for based on what's going on. Now, there's an opportunity if you want to have more something more stable or a little more regular, especially we're on that full moon in Gemini, November 23rd. That weekend is a really prime time for relationships and for a new connection. Just remember that with Mercury retrograde that starts the November 16th and goes to December 6th, that you're not seeing the whole picture, right? So you may like just fall in love with somebody like, wow, they're amazing. And then when it goes direct, you might learn something else about them. And a lot of times it can be something small, like, oh, wow, I didn't know you were moving in 3 months, like that, which I guess is not so small, right? Or it could be that they're already in a relationship, or it could be that you finally discover that they don't want children and you do, like kind of like these big things. So you just want to be cautious and be slow until after, a couple days after the 6th, 7th, and 8th of December, you may find out it might be a deal killer, or it might be something that you can actually manage and go, you know what, I can deal with that. That's all right. I can handle that. So if you, the advice is have fun, enjoy yourself. Just don't be blind, right? Don't be blind. Take it slow. And then in December, you'll really get to know them, and then you can really deepen the connection if you choose. Okay, so let's see what's in store for career and money for Pisces. I just see you taking really busy, like a lot of phone calls, a lot of meetings, a lot to do, a lot of spinning plates, and lots of opportunity and lots of work. And it's kind of like, what do you want? How do you see yourself? How do you want to spend your time? How do you want to make money? So I see a lot of choices coming in for you about actually how you want to be viewed in the world and what you kind of want where you want to project yourself, where you want to spend your energy. So I see a lot of creative energy, a lot of spinning plates, and a lot of opportunity. Now, the heartache with that is that it does take energy. And it's like, there may be a part of you that's like, wait, I used to remember when it was easy, or it was easier to make money. So I feel a little bit of a heartache, and some of that could be around you not like it not being perfect, right? So you envision yourself as XYZ, and the boss says, oh, no, you're not XYZ, you're ABC. So you're not going to be over here, but you're going to be over here. So there's plenty of money and plenty of work, but maybe it's not really what your heart is into it for, right? So there may be a little bit of trade-off there. I do feel like in the months to come, there'd be an opportunity to grow out of that and to choose something more. So just be aware that it may not be perfect, but it is good and it is solid. Okay, so let's see about anything else about that. And again, I don't feel money is an issue because I feel like all there is to do is to keep moving forward. Problem might be is that you have too many spinning plates, too much work, so you may have to work on balance, and sometimes that means pulling back so you don't make as much money, right? You'll figure it out. The good news is that you have flexibility here, which is really important, and you have the power to say yes and the power to say no. So I feel like the money is the same way. It's connected to your flexibility. Okay, let's look at your health, Pisces. Anything in store for you for this month? I'm just feeling like in my lungs that you have the potential to get run down, a little bit tired. Maybe you have a newborn at home and you're not sleeping. Maybe you've got a dog that's keeping you up in the middle of the night, or you've got, you've been sick. So I just feel like this a little bit of rundown energy by circumstances. It could be that they're building a house next door and there's noise all the time, or neighbors are screaming and fighting, or you've just recently moved and there's heavy traffic, right? Or there's a lot of travel and you're out of sync. There's numerous reasons why, we're kind of like out of sorts and tired. So just you want to up your, your B12s, your liquid, especially if you can do the liquid B12, just to help with your energy, and do your best to get some sleep and compartmentalize things so that you can be a little more balanced in your life, and ask for help. Okay, let's see if there's anything unexpected for Pisces for the month. Yeah, I do think there's an unexpected business opportunity that happens around November 17th. Now, and it may be something that you have talked about, or you've met with somebody in the past about it, but I do see them offering it to you, and it may be that you start in January. that maybe you just kind of like loosely do things the next 2 months, but kind of like for real start in January. So I feel like there's this big opportunity that's given to you. There's nice money tied to it, good money tied to it. So it's an exciting time. It comes around that full moon. Could be right before that full moon, November 23rd. And it's really solid, and it's something long-term and delicious. So that's something to look forward to. Amazing. And it's coming from your efforts. So it is something that you've done, and it does feel like a seed that you've planted. It could have been even as long as 4 or 5 years ago, and it's finally coming back around. So just scratch the surface. You're like, what could that be? And I really want something. Just start thinking about it. Send a message to the universe. Hey, what is that thing for me? Where is that next piece of great career launch and money happening for me? Bring it to my attention so that I can root it out and really move forward with it. So I would start asking those questions now, and it just feels like by the end of the month, this thing naturally occurs for you. That's exciting news. All right, you guys, have an amazing Thanksgiving. Enjoy yourself. If you're celebrating it, much love to you and your family. I hope you like my intuitive astrology. If you do, please click like, share it with your friends, comment below, and I look forward to seeing you again next month.